What's going on, guys? Snaggy here, and it's time to preview round 24 of the 2025 NRL season, boys. And it's getting to the pointy end, boys. Every game matters. That is a lie. Snag's too honest. Most games matter. We do have a couple of poo slingers here. I mean, Rabbitohs Eels. I'm sure it could be a great game, but it doesn't matter. I mean, let's be real. But I am super excited. All right, boys, let's get into it. First things first. I don't know if we're going to call this a giveaway or what, but what I want you guys to do in the comments now is drop a punt. All right, so everyone knows I use Dabble, right? And everyone knows you get copy cash for everyone that copies your punts. Now, I didn't even notice it going into my account. I have quite a bit in my Dabble account, so I've probably got 40, 50 bucks, 60 bucks for the copies I get for the week. It doesn't even touch the sides. I don't even notice it. People think I do this for the copy cash. I'm like, bro, why would I spend 7, 8, 9 hours creating content to make 60 bucks from Dabble? Come on, man. I'm in econ, bro. We make that in an hour. Like, not even. We make that in 15 minutes, man. So, what I thought I'd do is drop a multi in the comments, boys. I'll just pick one randomly. I'll comment, "Yo, pick this one." I'll put it down for you, and if it hits, I'll slide the money into your bank account. How's that sound, boys? How's that sound? I reckon that sounds pretty damn awesome. Now, there's no criteria. There's no set amount of what I'll put on it. Maybe I'll put a bit more if it's lower odds. Maybe I'll slap a bit less, 20, 30 bucks if it's, pretty juicy. And hopefully someone can win it, boys. So drop something in there. It could be anything. It can be a couple of try scorers. It can be a few head-to-heads. I don't really care, boys. I just want to see some punts roll through. And hopefully boys can jag a few punts before the end of the year. And that'd be pretty cool. And I actually meant to do this a couple of weeks ago because I was like, well, this copy cash is weird. And then I was like, maybe I'll do a giveaway with it. I'll just give it away. And then I was like, how can I do that? I was like, the bros on YouTube, the bros that tune in every week, listen to Snag talk absolute trash about the rugby league, they deserve a little something back. So, like I said, I'll just pick it randomly. I don't know who I'm going to choose, but drop them in there, boys. Let's go. Also, drop your tips in here too, boys. All right. Actually, we've got to see who's the tipping comp. We've got to go to the tipping comp first. All right. So I've moved up to 18th, boys. I told you, I just need to crack this top 10. I tell you what, though, this week's hard. This is going to be a hard week. I'm up to 18th, so I got Hide League, View League. So I got 7 last week. All the top guys got 6 here. All right, so we've got Nico Man still out on top. We've got Atachi second. We have the Pommy Punter. Ooh, he dropped to third. Corey and Mike Cool from Discord. You're coming 5th? You, bro? Damn. Getting smoked by Mike Cool. Come on, bro. Nah, Mike Cool's the man. He's the man. All right, boys, let's go. This is going to be a tough round, boys, I'm telling you. We have the Panthers versus the Melbourne Storm. We have the Warriors versus the Dragons at Go Media Stadium. Absolute banger on Friday night. The Roosters versus the Bulldogs at Allianz Stadium. Doggies fans, have you checked the weather? Are you still checking the weather? Sharkies versus the Titans at Shark Park. What was that? Shark Stadium. Banger. Broncos, Dolphins, Suncorp Stadium. Hopefully they fill that place up. Rabbitohs versus the Eels. Where is that one? Allianz. Then we have the West Tigers versus the Eagles. Where's that? That's at Allianz too. Okay. And then we have the Cowboys versus the Knights. And Raiders sitting pretty on top of the table, collecting 2 points. How good is that, boys? Oh, my Lord. The big one, boys. This is the big one. Now, let's break this down for a second before we go through all the numbers. This is huge because I think... Well, you guys let me know too. I feel whoever wins this game probably goes to favourites to win the comp, right? We've got the Doggies, we've got Canberra sitting there, but just minus... They don't have all that finals experience. They haven't gone deep into a finals run for a while. Canberra did, in 2020? It's a while ago. The big roster turnover since then. Panthers and Melbourne were both there last year. Plenty of state of origin, big game players, all that sort of stuff. So in my opinion, whoever wins this game becomes the favourite to win the comp. But yeah, am I off there? That's what I feel. I'm not saying that one of these two will win it and whoever wins this will win the comp, but to me they'd become, all right, if Panthers go out here and put, some points on Melbourne and restrict Melbourne to 12 points and they win 28, I'm sitting there going, yeah, it's going to be rough for anyone to play them in the finals. And if Melbourne do the same to Penrith in the good nick they're in, it's going to be hard to go past Melbourne. I do think the Doggies and Canberra can beat them, but yeah, I'm just talking about becoming favourites, and yeah, that's going to be crazy. Now, last time these guys played, Melbourne got them. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here too, boys. Cleary went down early in this game, I believe. Knocked out. He got knocked out, I think, from memory. And then the grand final, October 14-6. It doesn't look like a dominant win, but Penrith will never lose in that game. They really weren't. Now, let's have a look at the form guides here, because this is pretty important now. We know Penrith are on a 9-game win streak. Now, someone did point out they're a massive Penrith hater. There's only been a handful, 3 or something, top 8 teams in that run. Now, a couple I think were top 8 teams and they've dropped out. But still, like as of now, and what the top 8 is right now, that that is true. But, you know, you can only play the games that are in front of you. But they haven't been smashing the Bulldogs and smashing they did beat the Bulldogs, but you get what I'm saying, boys. It hasn't been the hardest run in the world, is what I'm trying to say. Now let's have a look at the Melbourne Storm. Knights, bottom team. We have the Sea Eagles, who are a fringe top 8 team. Roosters, who are, again, a fringe top 8 team. A bottom 4 team. And Broncos, a top 8 team. So their form guide's not ridiculous either. But I'd say that Panthers have definitely had the easier run over the past 5 weeks. And so no outs. Now, Isaiah, let's see if there's an update on Isaiah. Shoulder to be confirmed. I heard he was week to week. Now, I don't think they can win the comp without him. So he's going to need to be back and at his Isaiah best. Actually, does anyone know any Panthers fans out there about Patea too? Because I think they're going to need a big body coming off the bench as well in the big finals games, especially if they come up against Melbourne or something. Maybe it does happen to be in a semi and Nelson's playing. I think they're going to need another big body. Penrith aren't very big, especially when Moses goes off. If Moses comes off and they bring on Nelson, oh my lord, that could be in a little bit of trouble. Pappenhausen out too, boys. Pretty big out. Now, my general take on the Melbourne Storm is they've been very good, but I don't think they're as good as last year. And someone made a good point in the YouTube comments, and that's why I always say, please do comment on the YouTube videos, your takes, because I genuinely listen to them and take them into consideration. And he said, bro, did you watch Jerome Hughes play last year? I'm not saying Jerome Hughes has been bad this year, but he has not been as good, and that's the reason why they were tearing through teams, and they've been beating teams this year, but they haven't been tearing through teams. And I was like, that is a very, very, very good point. He had a Dally M season last year. He wouldn't be close to a Dally M this year. So, very good point, valid point. Now, I look at these teams, and Papali'i did a good job through the middle. Yeah, like I said, I'd love to see Patea here instead of Eisenhoof. Jerome Hughes is out. Now let's have a quick look at Melbourne Storm's record away from home. Now, they're very good on Thursday nights, but I think that's more just they're good in general. So very good away record still. They haven't been dropping. It's pretty much the same as their home record. 1 win worse. Yeah, this is going to be tough. Now, Matty Johns has been going on about it's the night factor, what's sort of hurting them, but I'm not too sure. They definitely look better during the day, but yeah, it's I just think I don't think it's the night. Like, I'm not disagreeing with Matty Johns, because they are definitely better during the day, but I just don't think they're as good as they were last year. That's just my. I just went back and watched a few games from them last year, rolling into the finals, and yeah, it got ugly for some teams. It really did. Like, let's have a little look at their run. So they lost to Granny, pumped the Roosters in a semi, pumped the Sharks in a final. Was this a final? Oh, but anyway, pumped the Broncos. They actually lost. I think they rested players. Yeah, they rested players in this one. Pumped the Dolphins. Beat the Panthers. You get what I'm saying? They actually lost this game. Remember that one? This was the loss they needed to have. Remember? But you get what I'm saying? They're bending teams over coming into these. You know what I mean? Whereas that hasn't really been there since early rounds. Sort of thing. Look, 40-28. You know, it's there's some big solid wins there consistently at the back end of the game, which they sort of haven't had. So, yeah, really interesting. It really is. Case McLean scored 2 tries in 2 games against the Storm. Harry Grant has, what's that one? Harry Grant scored 2 tries in 2 games against the Panthers. He has 2. He scored one in the grand final. I think it was off a tip back or something. Right, so Penrith Panthers have scored 30 points or more in their last 5 games. Melbourne Storm have won 14 of the last 15 Thursday night games. I was just talking about their Thursday night record. Panthers have won 6. Panthers have won their last 6 games. That was Combank. Storm have won 3 of their past 4 games against the Panthers. Brian Toto has scored 8 tries in his last 7 games against the Storm. All right, so let's have a look who's going to have to go up against Penrith's lethal left. I can't believe I'm calling it Penrith's lethal left because it was so bad earlier in this year. What the hell? How's this turned in one of the best left edges in the comp? Is it one of the best now? It's the second best, and it was like literally one of the worst at the start. Like by round 12, this was one of the worst. Now it's the second best. So that means it is the best, pretty much, because all the other teams had a half a year head start on them, pretty much, because that team, they weren't doing anything on that side. Wow, that's insane. What Ivan Cleary can coach, man. Jeez. All right, so we've got Cleary swinging around to the left, hitting Blaze, hitting McLean, hitting Jenkins. Who they up against? They're up against Katoa and Wishart, very good defences. Seve, Anderson, pretty good. So they can do a job on it, but it's not a Karaz and Critter or anything, you know. It's Seve and Anderson. Whew. All right, so tries for this one. You know what? I might slap one down, but as far as I might just chuck my little punt down, and then sit back and enjoy this one and watch it very close because I'm very interested I'm very interested in the result, but I'm more interested just to, you know what I mean, log in and say like who's contender, who's not, where's some weaknesses, pick them apart. But if we were going to pick someone, obviously what's been working, I think that's the 4th week in a row. McLean and Jenkins, 2 or more. You know, when Cleary goes that left side, it becomes dangerous. Melbourne are decent at defending there. 8th is very good. And Storm, very good through the middle, very good on the right, which is Penrith's weak side. So that's Storm's right, which is Penrith's left. So Jenkins Talangi, yeah. We'll see Coates up against To'o. Oh man, they might go right a bit here because look, I love Chan, but he's not a centre. Tungle has been pretty damn good. If he runs that unders. So what they could do is, I don't know if you guys remember, I think they did this on the left side, but they could do it on this one. So Cleary fires it to Tungo, who's sort of hitting the line. I think they did it last year with Alamotti, and Alamotti catches, turns, and out to the winger. You seen that one? They showed them do it at training and then in the game, and it's like, anyway, they could do that on the right side because Tungo, Martin could run a good line, maybe Chan. You get what I'm saying? So Tungo hit, spin, even he could come right in, hit, spin back to Cleary, and then that would create a 2. Yeah, maybe something like that. So maybe To'o could get one this game. It's going to be a banger, boys. Now, as far as my head-to-heads go, boys, look. I was thinking Melbourne all week. But I just sat there and thought about it. I said, who's been playing better footy? And Penrith have been leaking less points. They're on a heater. They're at home. Not really their home, but you get what I'm saying. I'm going to go... If Isaiah Yeo was going, I wouldn't probably think about it. I'd just go Penrith. I think they're playing much better footy over the last 9 weeks. Storm definitely been the better team this year. But just the last... Not even 9 weeks. Over the last... Since around the Bulldogs game, I think they've just been just that bit better, you know. Can we go? Oh, no. It only goes to 5 games. Damn. So, yeah, I'm going to take Penrith in this one. Low scoring. Defense first. Winner becomes a favourite. That's my pick. Warriors versus the Dragons. Boys, Warriors have to win this. Warriors have to win this. They're slipping. They're down to 5th. They're on a 3-game skid. They're at home. They have to win this. Dragons on a 2-game streak. Teamless. Now, look, Warriors fans, I think you're going to back me up here. I'm not too sure what Webby's doing. It's Webster, isn't it? Yeah, Webby's doing. I'm not loving this Tuapiki at fullback. I love him as a player, but I don't. Chance suits his team better. Firing into the line, bigger body. Tuapiki hits the line and gets dragged back. He's trying to break tackles, gets dragged back. He's too small. Like, Kinney's the same size, but when Kinney does it, he just fight. Tito's the same. Like, so when Tito or Kinney run back at you, right? Run and he'll jump there and he almost jumps. So, like, if you pulled away, they wouldn't break the line. They would literally be on the ground right there. But it's more you can't drag them back and they're going to get a quick play the ball because they're on their front, if that makes sense. So they're actually not playing to break the line, whereas Tuapiki's like, gets grabbed, dragged. Right? You're not sidestepping around these guys, you know, especially in the wet. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Then I'm not a huge fan of Chance at centre either. Yeah. Big inclusion, Wade Egan. Halasima back in. I don't love it, boys. I really don't. Now, Laurie's out, Sully's out. That's a big loss. Sully has been actually really good the last month. Been very impressed with him. Warriors have won 3 of the past 4 games against the Dragons. Dragons have not won in New Zealand since 2017. Warriors have lost 4 of the last 5 games. That's at Go Media Stadium. Dabble plays 250th. There's an anniversary one. DWZ scored 7 tries in 6 games against the Dragons. There's a nice little multi. Dabble and DWZ. They'll be paying a bunch. All right, so who we got? We got here. So let's have a look. We've got Chance and Tuivasa-Sheck. So either one of those I'd rather at fullback than Tuapiki. And we have, is that Bokanan? Is that how do you pronounce that guy's name? Buchanana? Bucka. Everyone loves me butchering people's names. Pompey and DWZ. All right. All right. I know what I'm picking. All right, so Warriors left wing. So DWZ's leaking, boys. So you want to go Allen. Oh, this is the problem with the try scorers though. Dragons were the easiest team to pick. So Dragons and Bunnies left. Anyone on the left. Probably AJ, but you're not going to get much value. But you get what I'm saying. Left. They've become right hard. So Allen's still been scoring, but I think Sloan's in the top 5 leading try scorers for the year, and he was not getting looks he didn't get a look at the try line in the first 8 rounds. Seriously, maybe not 8, but you get what I'm saying. So that's a little tough now. That's become a little tougher. So this one, so it was pretty even. You probably want to go right. So DWZ on the right there. If we come up to the try scorers, but yeah, you have to go Allen. They're leaking so many points there, the Warriors. We hit that on the week. We've hit that quite often the last month or two, just scoring on DWZ. Yeah, as far as picking this one, I actually really do like the Wars. They've sort of had the wood on them, and Dragons are only winning at home. They're 2-8 away from home, and New Zealand's the hardest road trip, you know. So, Warriors to win this one up the Wars. Let's keep that home final. Roosters versus the Doggies, another huge game. Now, what is the weather? Should we check the weather? It was quite funny, boys. Oh, cool. See, oh no, I won't brag. Just watching all the media around. Apparently, the Bulldogs are a very good wet weather team now because they won that game. I don't know, but like just for example, if a team was terrible on the road and they're 0-7 on the road, and then they win a game on the road, they don't become a good home. That's not my. If they were playing Storm this week, and Storm aren't great in the wet either. I don't know. Maybe I'll retract that statement. But you get what I'm saying. I'm not sitting here locking in that the Doggies are now a great wet weather team because they won one game. I need to see more than one. I need to see a better record than 7-1. All right, so we're going Friday night. Weather. You're good. You're good, Doggies. I'm just stoked. It should be a big crowd. Doggies fans, go to this game. Go check it out. Make it a banger. It's going to be awesome. Absolutely cannot wait. Doggies, 4 of their last 5. Roosters, 3 of their last 5. 2 very convincing wins in their last 2. Very convincing win for the Doggies. Disappointing loss. Very convincing over the Sea Eagles. Not so convincing. So Doggies have been a little patchy. But, you know, they've been pretty damn good. It was 75% win rate for the year. That's damn impressive. Absolutely impressive. Team list now, they've gone the same. Bro, what's up with the Doggies trying to chase Tino, man? They need to pull out of that race. Seriously, like, I reckon they're already pushing it with the people they brought in, pissing off the young'uns there. If they go pay $1.5 million for Tino, and then they have this dude right here who's been an absolute beast for you guys for like last 4 years on $250K, and go, so we can't give you a pay rise, mate. We just blew the bank on $800K Leo Thompson and Jacob Carraz on 300. Not Carraz, Jacob Preston on 300. That's pushing it, man. That's a culture breaker right there if they do that. I reckon they're already pushing it with Galvin and Thompson and these guys. Like Thompson is going to be earning well over double what Max King earns. That is just not a good look, bro. You know what I mean? Like they've cultivated this real nice culture. Give Max King a big upgrade, bro. Like seriously, don't be douchebags. That'd be so douchey if they do that. And honestly, if they do that, I think that whole Bulldogs culture thing we're building grassroots is just a straight lie. You know what I mean? Like that is just. I mean, bloody Gaskell loves a porky pie. But if he seriously signs that means there's going to be 4 or 5 of these blokes that have helped build this club in this forward pack. They're going to be straight out the door. You know what I mean? You can't have. What would that be? $2.5 million worth of front rowers. You know what I mean? That Critter's like well overpaid for a centre. Not overpaid, he's worth his weight in gold, but $850, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'd be, that's a culture break for me. They'll be like, oh, okay, that whole building from the roots and we're all this a team together. It's no. When good players come along, you're out the door. You know, you get what I mean? So I really hope they pull out of that race for Tino. I really do. When they tried to get him last time, I'll get that one. But this one, that these guys have got you to the top. Like Hughes has been crazy good. Max King, you know, like Preston Kickout have been so good. You know, Curran, like they're not going to have money for Harry Hayes and Curran and all these guys in 2 years' time if they do that. People go, it's signed to 2027. Yeah, I know, that's when Tino's going to come there. Or 2026. They'll be forced out. There will be no contract after then. So anyway, I just saw that. Like, I could not believe they threw their name in the ring for it. Like that is crazy. That'll destroy the culture of the club. Seriously, really will. can't have your Warhorse on 300 and then this guy on 1.5. Wow. Anyway, that was my little rant. I just saw that and nearly fell off my chair. Let him go to every other NRL club. Just let Tino go to the Bears and get his bag. Anyway. Right, so we got Junior Tupou. I was like, what? Tupou played last week. Now, this is really interesting. I've actually been liking Spence starting at lock. Victor Radley comes in. I don't mind that either. It does stiffen up their bench a little bit. But, look, Penrith, their game plan here is just going to be go through the Bulldogs, I think. Bulldogs, who did Bulldogs get bullied by a while ago? Who was it? Like Max King and Saluka Fafita got knocked out. Was that the Roosters? I can't remember. But yeah, you know the game. But Doggies fans know who I'm talking about. Saluka got knocked out. Max King got knocked out. Yeah, anyway. But look, that was very impressive from the Roosters, seriously. And honestly, man, I might be tripping here. I think White, form-wise, might be the best front rower in the game. Like, he is unbelievable, man. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a prop already be pretty good. Like, sometimes you'll see you've never really watched them closely and you haven't really heard of them, and then all of a sudden they become good really fast. But he was pretty good. Like, he's already a Kiwi front rower. Like, I reckon he's just gone goosh. Like, I just mentioned Leo Thompson. They're both in the Kiwi team. This dude smokes Leo Thompson right now. Like, he's just jumped about 15 props in the top prop. If he wins Dally M Prop of the Year, sweet. Absolutely sweet. I'm happy with that. He's been incredible. Sam Walker's had it on a string. This is going to be interesting, boys. This is going to be an absolute banger, man. I cannot wait for this one. Roosters have lost 4 of their last 5 against top 4 competition this season. Still an issue. Bulldogs are aiming for 2 wins. Bulldogs aim for 2 wins against the Roosters in the same season since 2016. Wow. Roosters have won only 2 from 8 at Allianz. What? Matt Burton has scored 6 tries his last 6 games against the Roosters. Daniel Tupou, 12 tries in 10 games. Tonga's finest right there. Seriously. This Roosters team cannot sign DCE. This team does not need that dude. All right, so we got Critter and Tuala on Smith and Tupou. Crichton on Preston. What a matchup. Butcher on Kickow. I love that, if you're a Doggies fan. Butcher and Walker. So Walker can get run over. Like, everyone was saying he's really good defensively last week. I was like, yeah, he is, but he's not tackling Kickow. Then we have Toya and Nwangani Tuase. Now, I see am I right in saying that Doggies bombed the Scheisenberg out of Nwangani Tuase last game and he dropped a bunch? We've got to go back and have a look, don't we? No, I won't. I can't. It's not going to tell me if... I could look up his team stats, but that would take like 5 minutes. Yeah, so clear method to victory is to bomb Nwangani Tuase. I think he looks a lot better under the high ball now than what he did earlier in the year. Looks a lot more confident under it. But Birdo's kicks are hard to catch, even if you've got diamond gloves. Now we've got Karaz, Teddy's got the fullback position locked up. This is tough, man. Connor Watson on Hayward. I don't love Hayward. Who would have thought me was sitting here saying, bro, I think Reid Marnie should be playing. Me, bros. Who would have thought that? Not me. Oh, bros. Look, I'm going to take... let's have a look at our try scorers first. Doggies defending brilliantly, 1st, 2nd and 5th, so we do have to go their right side. Nwangani Tuase. Doggies, you just go... This Roosters defending really good on the edges. I did not realise it was that good. Yowza. I don't know who you go from the doggies. I don't know. Look, I'm going to take the Roosters just because... Okay, so this is my two things of attack. I genuinely... I sort of have a feeling doggies going to win this, but I know everyone's taking the doggies. So I'm going to go the Roosters to try and get better score than everyone. But this is the doggies. Roosters can have to go through them, straight through the front door. You know, Collins, White, Radley, just relentless. Spence comes on, just completely relentless through the middle. And the key to doggies winning is bombing the hell out of Nwanganu Tuase. But another huge advantage the Roosters have right now is these tall bits of timber on the edge here. Nwanganu Tuase and Tupou in the air, getting tries every game. So there is a try here, there is a try here. There's power through the middle. So I'm going to take the Roosters, but not confidently at all. I'm more taking the thing that's leaning me the other way too is everyone is taking the Bulldogs as well. What are we up to? 74% of people are taking the Bulldogs. So let's be a little different. All right. I won't call marinade, but I may change it. If I watch a replay and I watch Nwanganu Tuase under the high ball like this, I may have to change that one. Sharkies Titans. Dud game. Tino back. Sharkies pumped him last year. Nakora out. Ramian out. Ramian out? Oh, I was going to take Ramian for a try score. It's his 150th. Oh, Hirotti's back. He's a gun. What was I doing? Tino is back. Imagine if they start looking bad again. They've been looking great since Tino's been out. Haas on the bench. All right, so Sharkies looking big. They're looking bad. Looking powerful. Coming off a loss. They're at home. We've got... Sharks have won 10 of their past 11 against the Titans. Titans have not won at Shark Park since 2017. Ronaldo Mulitalo scored 40 tries in 40 games at Shark Park. Sammy has scored 5 tries in his last 3 games. Raymond plays 150th. No, he won't actually. Sharks will win. Let's have a look at our tries. I'm spending more time on the games that actually matter here, boys. Obviously, I'm still talking about this one, but look, I love Tino back. I actually really enjoying the footy Titans have been playing. It's been very competitive. Shout out to them. But Sharkies' final spot on the line. They've been pretty good without being a top 4 looking team. And I'll tell you what, who I'm loving, Fermor, bro. He's so good, man. Like, he is absolutely incredible. I don't know what his contract situation is, but you put him in a good team and he becomes... Oh, he already is Origin player. I mean, but you get what I'm saying? Like, you're almost talking about him like he's a star. Like, I feel like he was that fringy Origin player, the filler, the workhorse. So he is not a workhorse guy. He is. He does all that stuff. He is a gun. Like, he's a try-scoring gun. Let's have a look where our try scorers go. Pretty much everywhere, right? We already heard Mulitalo scored every single game at Shark Park. So we've got to go Mulitalo. Either edge for the Titans. Through the middle's not bad either. You could go, wouldn't be bad. AFB or what's the big fella's name again? Tom Hazelton for one. I don't know if they'll be paying, but if it's paying more than $3, you'd take it. Because they've been leaking through the middle. But you'd take it. Yeah. And then obviously Mulitalo as well. But yeah, take something as well. We got Wilton last week. Burns. Fermor's not a bad pick either, I tell you what. Running at Burns and Hines. Some tries here, boys. Lock it in. Broncos, Dolphins, huge game. Oh, what? Oh, that was last year. I was like, they pumped it by 40 this year. Broncos got them this year, 2012. Can't remember a damn thing about that game, unfortunately. Pretty much identical form guides at the moment. 3 of their last 5, both coming off a loss. Broncos have scored 184 points in their last 5 games at Suncorp Stadium. Oh my lord. Hamiso scored 16 in his last 10. You couldn't get one for me last week at Suncorp though, could you? Yeah, dog. Broncos have lost their last 6 games without Adam Reynolds. Ooh. Jake Averillo has scored 5 tries his last 4 games against the Broncos. Stags has scored 5 tries in 6 games at Suncorp Stadium. Now we've got to go have a look at this. Obviously, it's pretty important. The team lists. Reno out, Edmam out, Scobbo out. That's wild. But when I saw this, I was like, oh man. I just felt bad for the Broncos, but I don't anymore. Because look at this team list still. Walsh, Karapani, Stagg, Shibasaki, Mariner, Billy Walters, Ben Hunt. That's better than a lot of back sevens. That's a top 8 back 7 at worst. Like, forwards. Jensen, Pakes, Haas. How do you say this guy's name again? Let's call him Jack. Call him Jack. Ricky, Carrigan, Smoothie, Hetherington, Tatali, Hunt. Now, bench is weak. Hetherington's solid. Tatali's a fringy. And Hunt's just not that good anymore. I remember him being a great player. Smoothie's been all right as a good interchange guy. Now, Francis Mola out. That's huge. What happened to him again? Something to do with the game, wasn't it? All of a sudden, yeah, they're thin through. They've got Mark Nichols, Tuala. Oh, this is skinny, boys. They got Kenny Bromwich back. Damn. Bro, someone told me that Christian Wolf was a bare-knuckle boxer. Is that true? He looks it. Do you know who he looks like? And I think I might have said this before, so if you've heard this before, like... Oh no, I've zoomed in too far. Can you guys see that? You guys like gangster pommy movies? You like gangster pommy movies? He looks like he would be... I mean, the polo's not helping this picture. But he looks like a gangster in a pommy movie. Like, you've seen Snatch or Lockstock or something like that? And there's always a goons behind El Jefe. That looks like Wolfie, bro. Looks hectic. I wouldn't fight that dude. I would not fight that dude. No, we already did these, didn't we? Let's go to... Look, boys, I'm really hoping Dolphins play finals. In fact, I want this game to be the finals because Brisbane will be buzzing. Brisbane will be absolutely buzzing on this one. But we have Keely and Nicarima, and we're going to have Ricky. Oh, Ricky needs to run a line, eh, bros? Seriously, score a try, man. Seriously, bro. Mariner, Stagg, Shibaski. Like this edge should be fine. This was scoring tries before Ezemam came back. So they should be okay out here. And they're on Averillo Sarko. Yeah. So Broncos third best left. Wow, Dolphins have the worst. So we're going right, boys. We're going right. We've got to go right here. That's crazy. Hang on, right. Yeah, we're going right. Mariner Stags. Do you go Stags? Take your pick, boys. Stags or Mariner. Ricky'd be paying a fortune, but the dude never scores tries, eh? He never scores tries. How many tries has that dude scored? If we're going Dolphins, you go left, but that's just left's not the same without Herbie there, is it? He's good, man. He's really good, that kid. I was really impressed with him last week. Couldn't even celebrate his try because I was getting pumped by 60 when he scored it. When he scored his second one. But I'm going to go Broncos, boys. I just think their team's still good. They're both pretty hit with injuries, but Broncos just have so much more depth. I'll go Broncos. Rabbitohs, Eels. Eels got them last year. And the year... Oh, both last year. Pumped them both times. But not almost identical. No, it is identical. Identical margins. That's wild. Eels, 2 wins of 5. Bunnies, 1 of their last 9, was it? Ouch. Hubner out. He's a good little player, isn't he? Dotty's back. Bro. Dude does not look like a footy player, eh? I was saying this the other day. I was saying to my son, I was like, man, half the battle is looking like a footy player. I'm telling you, man. Whenever you go down to and you always look over at your opposition, and if you don't look like footy players, they'll run through you. You at least got to look like a footy player. He had like a kid haircut. I was like, get a fade, get yourself lined up. You know, you got to look like a footy player, bro. You can't be out here with a bowl cut, you know. It's true though, man. Whenever I used to rock up and see dudes that looked heavy, I'm like, might step today. Might not run straight. Now, Eels, for me, they've really got to work out this little lull they get when Walker's not on the field. Talon De Silva's been, he kept his spot. Oh, wow. I would have dropped him for sure. I'm not even, the people like, man, he sucks. I'm not saying that. Like, he looks pretty handy, but he was so atrociously bad, I think that deserved being dropped. Like, I think Riley's just go play Q Cup. Oh, you New South Wales Cup, bro. Just sort that out, man. So when you show me you can pass the ball off the ground inside the 20 metres, I'll give you a dummy half roll in the NRL. Till then, back to Cup. Bro, that was substandard NRL. Rabbitohs have won 8 of their last 9 games against the Eels. I felt like they'd had the wood on the Eels for quite a while. Addo-Carr's 14 tries in 14 games against the Rabbitohs. Alex Johnson has scored 18 tries in 15 games against the Eels. Will he break Kernoot? I don't hope he gets it in this game. Well, actually, I do. Should we take Johnson for a hat trick? What's it paying? What's it paying, boys? Let's have a quick look. Johnson for 3 or more. Johnson, we got main markets, player tries, 3 or more tries. $8. Damn. That's tough. Ooh. Now let's have a look at this then. Let's see how Eels defend that edge. Oops. All right, so we've got left wing, so oh. 14. Should we do it? 3 or more? See, I love betting on big stuff like this, right? So I put a bet down on LeBron James, which shot he would win, like break the scoring title with. Got it. Mid-range fadeaway. Boom. Thank you very much. I actually thought he might do this, but we didn't count it as the same thing, right? I thought he might try and do a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook to break it. That would have been pretty cool. But that counted. It was just mid-range. It was dunk, layup, mid-range, 3-point. I took mid-range. Or is the skyhook? No, skyhook's definitely not a layup, right? That's a shot. Because I guess it depends where you do it from. If you do it from right under the basket, that's a layup. I'm sure if you do it from where Kareem used to do them, like near the free throw line, that's surely a mid-range. But anyway, I took mid-range and won. And now I can say that forever. I won money on that. That's why. Yeah, let's do it then. I can't not bet on that. I have to, right? To tie Ken Irvine's 3 or more. Imagine if he gets 4 tries and he breaks it, and I win $800. I can always say I want money on that. I love it. Brings back memories. All right, so we've got Johnson for 3 or more. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Lock it in. What else we got here? Eels have been pretty all over the place with their try scoring. We've been hitting the Eels a bit lately, though. It's still very poorly ranked, but up against a very weak defence in the Rabbitohs. Take your pick. just put some try scorers down this game. Hell yeah. Oh, shit. Who did I pick? I can't remember. Who did I pick in this one? Eels. All right. Eels it is. I'll go Eels to win this one. I don't even think everyone's real high on the Eels, and I'm like an Eels guy. Like I've always sort of liked the Eels for whatever reason. You just like teams. I like the Eels. But I'm not that high on them, eh? Like, I'm high on them for next year. I think they're going to become a good team. Like I've seen enough to be like, Riley can coach. They've got good young'uns coming through. Moses is elite, and he will be for another 4 or 5 years. So I'm high on the Eels, but I'm not like, oh man, they're going to like roll teams this year. There's just a too big a patch where they're bad when this absolute legend goes off the field. They play. The Eels are very good for 55 minutes, which is the amount of minutes he plays. Such a good player. I'm going to go Eels, but zero confidence. West Tigers versus Manly. Yeah, good. So, they have played this year. I was just looking at the dates. Manly got them 28-10. Yeah, and then that was last year, 34-26. I was just sitting there, I don't remember that game. Seagulls on a 3-game skid. West Tigers going win-loss. Coming off a bye, though. They're coming off a bye, boys. Does that matter? We got Hurt. We got Seyfarth out. We got Toa back. Okay, that's pretty much it. Dewey's at 7. Okay. Dewey's on 7. Oh, Pole's starting. Benji, you won me back. We got Fanaus in the second row. We got Fanaus. We got Royce Hunt. Charlie Murray. But it's not a bad team, the old Tigers, is it? Jake Travojevic out. Lehigh in. On the wing. Okay. So Seabolt's listening to Snag Sports as well. Money Lodge. Simply okay. They put cool. I actually don't mind. I don't mind this for both teams. 6 of the Tigers' 8 wins in 2025 have taken place on Sunday afternoon footy. I was going to tip the Tigers, and that's exactly why I didn't. Yeah, well, okay. Seagulls have won 7 of their past 8 games against the Tigers. Api Coruscant has scored 3 tries in the last 4 games against the Seagulls. Kohler has scored 7. Kohler is so good, bro. They've got to get him more ball, man. Got to get him more ball. Skelton has scored 5 tries his last 4 games. Kohler is express, bro. I think Kohler might be better than Turbo right now. Not ever. Kohler is express, bro. Like, he's the perfect mix of speed and power and balance, and yeah, it's him and Weeksy, man. I'm really loving. They both remind me a little bit of Jared Hayne, the way they met. Weeksy's more Jared Hayne. I'd say Kohler's more express than both of them, but Weeks and Jared Hayne just it's the balance in which they run. It's just so perfect. It's just all right. Where we going? We're down here. All right, so there should be some points here, eh, boys? Should get some points. We got Tigers leaking 18 to left wings. Whew. So you got to go. You got to go Hopewadi for one, eh? Got to go Hopewadi for one. Saab's been arse cheeks lately too. West Tigers terrible attack on that side. They're pretty much completely right edge. Seagulls. Yeah, this is good for the Tigers. So Seagulls' good side where they attack well is their good defensive side, and where they don't attack well is where they're weak, sort of thing. Damn, Seagulls 17th defending through the middle. Who's some bigs we can put some money on? Tyrrell May. He's been Jude. Alex Twal. Hell yeah. Get Twally to get one. Yeah, I like the Tigers, man. Up the Tigers. What did they do? Not the bro. That thing is. So, if that's offensive, bro. Oh my lord. It looks like something. Like, yeah, I'd better not say something. I might get some hate. But anyway, if that offends you, oh my lord. Well, it offended the doggies, didn't it? They bloody lodged a complaint. Oh my god. Cowboys versus the Knights. Absolute poo slinger from absolutely two completely teams out of form. Cannot wait to watch this. Last year, two of my favourite teams to watch. Straight up. Awesome. I loved watching Knights games last year. Loved watching. For the last 4 years, I've loved watching the Cowboys. They've just always been a nice team to watch. Oh, Hess is out. He's been by far their best player. Oh, didn't. Probably been their best, but definitely the best forward. Forward pack's still good. Super impressed with Tamalolo last week. Knights with their forward pack. It's... Who the hell is that? Fortano. Yeah, man, Knights have just been awful, haven't they? Let me give me a look at their actual form grind. Lost to Raiders, lost to Storm, lost to Wars, lost to Raiders. Actually, man, like I'm gonna go into bat here a little bit for the Knights. That's a really hard 5 games. Oh, okay, I'd take that back. What I said about the Knights. There is heaps of teams that would lose 5 in a row on that run. Not heaps, but I reckon a bunch of teams not in the top 8 could easily have that form guide. Raiders, Storm, Warriors, Raiders, Panthers. First, second, fourth. Were fourth when they played them. First, the hottest team in the NRL right now. 5-time premiers. That's a hard run. I'll take that back, Knights fans. I'm giving them a shot in this one. I think they can win it. I really do. Just seeing that. Like, no offence to the Cowboys, but playing the Cowboys this week will feel like they're playing a Q Cup team. Like, after playing that. Like, that's a run from hell. Why is no one talking about that? Why is no one talking about that hard run they just had? They're just like, yeah, they suck and Adam O'Brien. I did that too, though, so I better shut up. I didn't say they suck. I've never said that. 17% off. I'm always shopping while I'm doing my video. Looking at the sneakers that are up there. I mean, footy boots. Bros, my son's got one size left. Size 15. 14 years old, size 15. Bros, I'm scared. 6'3" at 14 years old. Oh, I'm scared, bros. Cowboys have won their last 4 games against the Knights. Knights have not won in Townsville since 2015. Sammy Velame scored 9 tries at Queensland Country. I'm a huge Velame fan. I was really surprised that he hasn't been making the team, especially with all the injuries the Cowboys have had. Cowboys fans might know why. I'm obviously not the inner sanctum there. Fletcher Hunter's on a 3-game try scoring streak. Tom Dearden has scored a try in his last 4 games against the Knights. Oh, there you go. There's one for you. Let's pick some try scorers. Get the hell out of here, eh, boys? Hey. Right, so we have to take one on Burnsy. Right there. Oh, no, it's not Burnsy, is it? Is it there right? Hang on, sorry. I'm confused because old mate's out. So it's their left, their right. Yeah, okay, so I'm Velame. Burns has actually been alright, hasn't he? Okay. Dearden, Bateman. Okay, yeah, this is an interesting game. Now, I just need to go back and read these again. Cowboys have won their last 4 games against the Knights. Knights have not won in Townsville. All right, so Cowboys on paper, on form, head-to-head form, are definitely the team, right? I do like the fact that the Knights have been playing all these really hard teams. No disrespect to the Cowboys, but they will feel like a massive run down from those teams. Like, Cowboys have been playing very average footy. I'm not saying they've been horrible. They've been horrible in patches. They've been sort of like, they'll get pumped in a half, then show some great resilience in the second, stuff like that. Like, they've been okay. Okay at times and poor at times and good at times. That's sort of been the Cowboys lately. Yeah, I'm going to go to the Cowboys just because of the travel factor and the Knights factor and not winning there in a long time. But if you're a Knights fan, I think you can get this one. I really do. Try scorers, I just mentioned 19 tries in 20 games. Knights have leaked 17 tries to props. That's absolutely insane. Thompson, Saifidi, Frizzell, he just re-signed. How good. Yeah, Knights to win. I'm not too sure on try scorers on this one, boys, but I'll have them up. All right, so what did we do? What did we end up doing? Actually, I can do it here, can't I? Oh, no, I can't. Panthers, Wars, Roosters, Sharks, Broncos, Eels, Tigers. I've gone all home teams this game, pretty much. That's it, boys. If you're not already, boys, make sure you're subscribed. I'll love you a long time, and I'll see you on the weekend, boys.